Hello everyone, this is Eddie. In this video, I'll be showing you the strategy that you should follow on how to deploy your hotspot. And also I'll be showing you examples so you can relate to and see how you can implement all of this in your area. So let's start with the concept. The more area you cover while you're connected to a healthy network, that's what you're optimizing the most. So let me just show you an example of this. So this is in Dubai. So this guy, a month ago, he had them closer to each other. So most of them were red. Apparently he fixed them, which is a good thing, but what he's doing, he's just covering this area. And these two here are not healthy. So one of these hotspots are connected to these two. And you don't want to connect to a non-healthy network. It'll just drain you. If you have an option to connect to someone else, then definitely that's what you should do. If that's your only option, then sure, why not? So you want to cover as much area as possible while connecting to a healthy network. Why? Because if this was spread out, let's say this was here and this was here, let's say it's around this diameter. So what happens is when the IoTs, the Internet of Things, the cars, the scooters, the bikes, whenever they pass through this area and you're covering this whole area, they're paying Helium a subscription for this service. And you're getting a share of that because that's your service. I'm covering this area for the IoTs. So the bigger area that I have, the better, as long as I make them connected. So this is applicable for people that are expecting more than one miner or you want to join a network. So I'm not going to talk about the technical stuff because there are so many videos in my channel. I cover the technical troubleshooting, how to connect them, how to optimize them. So there's so many videos in there. But the main purpose of this video of how to think strategically. So that's what we want. That's our aim, is to increase our coverage area while we keep the network healthy. So the more I can cover, that means more IoTs will be coming, the more I get paid. So I think this is pretty clear for now. So let me give you another example. So this guy is not, for some reason he's connecting to weird stuff. Why he's not connecting to the rest, I have no idea. His earnings are 32. That's not very impressive. This guy is doing well. He's connected to everywhere here. Although he is in a busy area, but his spot is away from downtown. It's a bit further, but it will be probably congested later on. So in my case, I'm going to talk to you about the city I live in, which is downtown. Where did it go? So let me just take you there for a second. So I have three spots, one downtown, one adjacent to downtown, and one right at the end of the city. So let me show you a little bit, just okay, so I have one spot here, one location that I can deploy it, one is here, and one is in downtown. So what are the pros and cons of downtown? The pros, that there's a lot of traffic, so there's a lot of scooters, a lot of bikes, there's a lot of IoTs, and there is already a network. The cons is this can be congested in a matter of weeks, months. I wouldn't say even 6 months. So if I deploy it here, you don't get prioritized by Helium if you were the first one to be in here. No, that's not the case. According to the HEB 17 and 15, even if you are the first one here, you don't have a priority. So for me, I can come in here because I already checked the hex is still free. I'm not competing with anybody. And if you guys don't know anything about the hex, there's another video where I talk about it, which is really important and can affect your earnings. So I'm going to be safe for now. That's the con part. It's inevitable, it's coming. So I will try to put it here for a few months and then move it. So that's the con thing. it will be condensed later on. So the spot here, the good thing about it, there's no buildings here, there's no houses, and this is a highway. So I'm gonna, deploy one here, and I can have all this coverage area with nothing obstructing my line of sight. So this is a premium spot. Why? First of all, I'm not afraid of future deployment because this building is for retirement, people. So I don't expect them to deploy devices in the future. Maybe in 2 years, 3 years, maybe, but not as much. Second of all, I have a big line of sight for all of this. So I have an advantage here. Now, the con here is that there's already somebody inside my hex, so it's inside the same building. Would it be congested in the future? I don't know, but I highly doubt because of the retirement and other stuff. So the third spot here, it's right here. See, in terms of elevation, I can connect with these people here. Everyone here, probably up to here. I can connect with every single one of them. And this gives me a big area to cover. And I'm not competing with everyone going downtown. So it's a safe call. As long as I have the elevation thing fixed, which in my case it is, if I can connect, if you guys don't know how to connect, there's a video, I think the do-it-yourself video. So if I put it here and I can connect with all of these with no future confidence of a risk of deployments of competitors. So I'm gonna be all by myself here, covering all of this, and this is in front of me. There's nothing. There's a farm, and there's a few houses around me. So my hex is clear for 5-10 years. So you tell me now, which one do you think is the best? So I'm connected. If you go back, we want to connect to a well-established network with cover as much area as possible while we're still connected to this network. So we don't have, if these were red, I would not be interested. So I would say, like if I was here and I'm gonna connect with all these three, that's not a good spot. So the strategy is, how is my location for now, and how is it going to be in the future? Now the suburbs, like this is the east end, it's increasing in a good amount of pace. It's not crazy. If you guys remember this from a month ago, everything here was around 10 or 15. So, and I'm sure it will explode. So if I'm gonna do mine is expected in 3-4 weeks, so I'll make a video, and I'm sure this hex will be occupied. So that's what I need to do. I need to cover the area and to a healthy network. So this is not a healthy network, so placing mine here is not a good idea. Placing it here is optimal because I don't have competition. I don't have even houses in front of me. So my hex is protected, and I can connect to all of this area. So that's healthy. Versus if I go to specifically this area and I deploy it right here, I mean, this is not so bad compared to like Montreal, but in the end, we're gonna see things different when my device comes. So that's what I want to share with you guys is, how do you look at your location? How do you look at the traffic? Now you're gonna say, I'm gonna have 32% from my Helium from data transfers, and these are coming from IoTs. So I need to cover more area so I can get paid more, and at the same time, I don't need to be sharing it with a lot. For example, the hex. So if you guys remember the hex really quick, you guys, if you're inside the hex up to 4, you guys split or have the same amount of money. The more people comes into the hex, the more you split the same amount of money, but instead of 4, it will be up to 5. And if there's 10, you split it among 10. So that's what I want to share. I think this will just clear some of the questions that I've seen. You understand how you look at your location and you look at the network. So if you have, like in Dubai, he had 5 or 6. The more you spread them out and make sure they're connected to a healthy network, the better. The bigger the area you cover, the better rewards you get. So that's it for this video. I hope I cleared up some of the thoughts that you guys have. And if you guys liked it, please subscribe and like the video. Thanks for listening.